Stand on any street corner in London today, and you'll hear a dozen languages in as many minutes. Nearly 40% of Londoners were born outside the UK, making it one of the most diverse cities on the planet. But if we could rewind the clock 2,000 years, we wouldn't find a city at all. We'd find a tidal marshland, a wide river, and a landscape that was strategically useless to everyone except the Romans. What happened in between? Invasion, fire, plague, and revolution. The story of London is the story of a small trading post that became the heart of an empire. A city burned to ash and rebuilt from stone. For centuries, we've had to imagine these earlier versions of London through sketches and faded engravings. But now, using AI trained on historical imagery, we can take those original works and see them as they might have appeared in real life. The cobblestones, the crowds, the smoke rising from medieval chimneys. You're about to witness nearly 2,000 years of history. Sit back and relax as we journey through the incredible story of the capital of the United Kingdom, London. Let's go back to where it all began. The year is 43 AD. 4 Roman legions have just landed on the coast of Kent. They need a place to cross the River Thames. Somewhere to build a bridge and establish supply lines. They find it at the river's lowest crossing point. Within a decade, the settlement of Londinium is bustling with merchants from Gaul, soldiers from Syria, and traders from North Africa. But just 17 years after its founding, disaster strikes. Queen Boudica, of the Iceni tribe, fed up with Roman rule, marches on Londinium and burns it to the ground. Archaeological digs have found a layer of red ash beneath the modern city, evidence of that destruction. The Romans, however, rebuilt bigger than before. They constructed a massive wall around the city, parts of which still stand 2,000 years later. At its peak, Londinium was home to perhaps 60,000 people. But by 410 AD, Rome itself was crumbling. The empire, stretched too thin, sent word, "You're on your own." The legions pulled out. Without Rome, Londinium's economy collapsed. The merchants left, the officials left. Within a generation, a thriving city dwindled to a few hundred squatters living in the ruins of their own past. For the next 2 centuries, the grand Roman buildings fell apart. The Saxons, who settled after the Romans left, actually avoided the old city, seeing it as haunted. One Saxon poet called the ruins the work of giants. Instead, around the 670s, they built a new settlement a mile west, calling it Londonwick. This is where Covent Garden stands today. It thrived as a trading port until a new threat arrived: the Vikings. Starting in the late 8th century, Norse raiders repeatedly sacked the settlement. King Alfred the Great finally had enough. In 886, he retook London and, for defense, moved everyone back inside the old, safer Roman walls. The city was now called Londonburg, the London Fortress. Over the next century and a half, the city seesawed between Saxon and Danish rule. But a pivotal moment came when King Edward the Confessor built Westminster Abbey just west of the city. This single decision shaped London's geography forever: the city for commerce, and Westminster for power. In 1066, everything changed. William, Duke of Normandy, defeated King Harold at the Battle of Hastings. On Christmas Day, he was crowned King of England at the new Westminster Abbey. The Normans had arrived. William didn't trust the Londoners, so he built the Tower of London, a massive stone fortress, to remind everyone who was in charge. Its white tower, 90 feet high with walls 12 feet thick, dominated the skyline. Medieval London was cramped, chaotic, and increasingly wealthy. In 1215, when the barons forced King John to sign the Magna Carta, London's support was crucial, and the city earned the right to elect its own mayor. London Bridge, rebuilt in stone, became a city unto itself, lined with shops and houses. But in 1348, ships arrived carrying rats, and on those rats, fleas carrying the Black Death. Within 2 years, a third to half of London's population was dead. Entire streets were abandoned. The city of 80,000 people was suddenly half empty. By 1600, against all odds, London's population had exploded to 200,000, making it the largest city in Europe. Under Queen Elizabeth I, it became a cultural capital. Shakespeare staged his plays at the Globe, but London was a tinderbox, built of timber and thatch. In 1665, the Great Plague killed a quarter of the population. And the very next year, on September 2, 1666, a fire started in a bakery on Pudding Lane. It raged for 4 days, destroying 85% of the city. 13,000 houses and 87 churches were gone. From the ashes, a new London rose. Architect Christopher Wren proposed a modern city with wide boulevards, but property disputes meant the streets mostly followed the old medieval patterns. However, new laws required brick and stone. And Wren did get to build his masterpiece, the new St. Paul's Cathedral, with its iconic dome. A symbol of resilience that still defines the skyline today. The 18th century saw London as the center of the Enlightenment. Coffee houses became the internet of their day, birthing institutions like Lloyd's of London. After the defeat of Napoleon, Britain was the dominant world power, and London was where the money flowed. Then came the Industrial Revolution. The city transformed. By 1901, it was home to 6.5 million people, the largest city the world had ever seen. The Victorians built on an epic scale, the grand Houses of Parliament, the world's first underground railway, and the engineering marvel of Tower Bridge. But this was also a city of brutal inequality. While the rich lived in comfort, the poor were crammed into slums, and diseases like cholera killed tens of thousands. The 20th century brought London back down to earth. The First World War killed a generation. Then, in the Second World War, the Blitz brought the war directly to London's streets. For 8 months, German bombers attacked almost every night. Entire neighborhoods were leveled. But St. Paul's Cathedral survived, its photograph standing defiant in the smoke and flames, becoming an enduring symbol of British resolve. Post-war London was broke and bombed out. The empire was dissolving. But London rebuilt again. People arrived from former colonies, the Windrush generation from the Caribbean, followed by waves of immigration from Asia, Africa, and beyond. This influx of cultures created the diverse, vibrant city we know today. The 1960s brought a cultural explosion with the Beatles and swinging London. The late 20th century saw the transformation of abandoned docklands into the financial hub of Canary Wharf. Modern London is defined by its diversity. Over 300 languages are spoken here. You can eat food from any country and find a community from anywhere. The skyline keeps changing with new glass and steel towers, a constant source of debate, but a constant sign of growth. London has survived Roman withdrawal, Viking raids, the Black Death, the Great Fire, and the Blitz. Each time it rebuilds, each time it adapts, each time it pulls in new people with new ideas. That's what makes London, London. It's messy, crowded, expensive, complicated, and it's been that way for 2,000 years. Thanks for watching. Creating videos like this takes an enormous amount of research and time. It's a passion project, piecing together thousands of years of history into one story. If you enjoyed this journey through London's evolution, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. And let me know in the comments, what city would you like to see next? As always, we'll see you in the past.